And now, going live on YouTube. Wait, did I forget to submit on Perforce yesterday? Yeah, whatever. We'll just submit today. Surely I won't forget again today, right? Here's the plan for today. What is the plan for today? Let's make it so the health is not 3 health anymore. I think that would be a good thing to work on. I was going to say let's expand upon this. So yeah, I was watching yesterday a bunch of videos on how to use the locomotor node in Control Rig, but then I thought, I feel like that's kind of a polish thing. The locomotor thing. I feel like that's kind of polish. So I actually kind of feel like maybe we don't want to do that. What is that for? It's kind of like a very basic procedural animation leg system to like do footsteps and stuff like that. The reason I would have used it is when an enemy is staggering, instead of me having to make some walk animations, which I'm probably going to have to do anyways, we could instead do it with the locomotor, which would basically, yeah, be like IK, essentially. But I don't know. Anyways, yesterday, I made it so the bow pulls back, added some sound effects and whatnot. Pretty cool. I don't know what else I did. I think I made it so the parry actually like knocks them back a little bit. I don't know why their leg freaks out though. I don't know if you guys see that. I don't know if you guys could see that, but yeah, that's kind of what I worked on yesterday. Doing that kind of stuff. Also, I don't know why. Sometimes the sound effect doesn't play, which is weird. I don't know why. I do not know why. There he goes. But yeah, that's what we got so far. You hit tab to switch between the bow and the sword. I don't know. Thing is not pulling back sometimes. I might want to change that. But whatever. I'm not too worried about those elements. But yeah, you can see I added a whole vertex animation when you pull the bow back, which is cool. It's like very difficult to get it perfectly matching with the hand, so I just said fuck it, whatever, it's good enough. I'm not gonna worry about those details at the moment because I really just don't think that is important for the playtest. So yeah. But the parry is there. We do need to get like a blocking and parry animation, or do we? I don't know, I feel like it's satisfying, but I also just don't know if it's... No? I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if it's necessary. I want to do it, but I know it's probably does not give us any value. But yeah, you can see there... When they play the parry stagger, you can kind of see that... can't remove you're dead until the playtest is over? See, you know what I mean though? Sound effects add so much. Like, imagine if there was no sound effect to the parry. You know? I actually don't know why sometimes it's not playing though. I don't know why. Not sure. It's funny. I did actually look at the code for the parry, and for some reason it spawns the sound effect at the actor location, which doesn't make any sense. So let me actually just do this. But to be honest, the sound effect should be staying on the sword because it's like a reverberation of the sword, so I don't really know. But yeah, the parrying is fun. What I want to play around with is when you do a block and then attack an enemy, they immediately go in for an attack again. I want to see if doing that back and forth kind of combat could be fun. Yeah. Do we get any unlockable skins for the guy in the left corner with the white headphones? A clown costume could look really cool. Is that what you want me to wear? Hmm? Would that satisfy your desires? Your me wearing a clown costume? Yeah, I'm curious if let's try something. Let's try something wacky. If they take damage, let me put this here. Hey, this is kind of getting a little crowded here. It's kind of getting a little crowded in here. I'm gonna be honest. It's getting, it's getting a little crowded in here. I might want to start. Maybe we should start organizing this code. I don't know about you guys, but what is this? Calculate move location. Oh my fuck. I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe it's a good idea that we clean this up a little bit. Yeah. What about a maid outfit? I'll wear a maid outfit for $10,000. That's my price. You know, Sonny. Hello, other people that have made the horrible decision to be game devs. Honestly, so real. 5 push-ups? What the hell, man? That's a verbal contract? I don't want your money. Don't stop. Oh, my back. Oh my god, my body. Ugh. How about some push-ups? That's an asshole move. Anyways, what I was going to say is I actually don't even know if I would do well in any other industry, to be honest. You know what I mean? Holy shit, my finger's slipping over the donate button. No, don't type $10,000. Oh, God. I know exactly what you mean. Like, I don't know if I could go in like app development. You know what I mean? People be like, people keep saying things like, you know, if you're not in game development, you could be doing other programming shits and make more money. For one, I don't know if I'd be happy doing other things. For two, I don't actually, with my skill set, I genuinely don't know if I could actually do anything else. Because I'm stupid. I'm pretty dumb. Also, Chad, I have 4K in my checking account and wants to chip in the other 6. Because of psychopaths. Okay. Yeah, let's do something interesting. Cooldown. Find. Attack. If attack exists and it's less than or equal to, wait, no, it's more than or equal to 4 seconds and they take damage. I'm trying something out. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. If it's more than or equal to 4 seconds, let's go ahead and remove attack. So essentially we're removing the attack cooldown whenever they take damage. And I want to see if that works. Ow. Hey, can we chill the fuck out, man? Okay, he's attacking. I feel like I'd only want that to be on enemies that have like swords. I exploded myself. Well, that's good. Good for me. Good. Very good. And reset attack. Reset attack CD on hit. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sure. And then we'll just make it so the only enemy that can do that is the grunt, because we're trying to simulate like essentially we're trying to simulate the idea of back and forth sword combat. Let me let's delete a couple of these enemies. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Technically, oh, my floor. Technically, though, I guess it's a good test to see this many enemies, because then we can determine how things are going poorly. Here's something I'm realizing though, the parry causing the enemy to like move away kind of very far is actually kind of annoying. So I'm thinking we reduce the strength We also probably want to give them a curve, but... I think we do need to put that attack system in where we don't make them all attack at once. You're a goblet. He immediately attacked me. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. It's interesting, but it's definitely not there yet. I think we need to play around with the idea of the enemies being able to block. The more you drag the mouse, the harder the hit. Not necessarily. It's more so like I'm directing the attack, but dragging the mouse harder doesn't necessarily hit harder. But it does kind of change when you hit. So it does make a bit of an impact, like when the hit will actually go through. So if I like slice directly where the slice would start, it would technically hit faster. I want to report that I finally finished the shit I've been stuck on for like a whole week. Hey, hell yeah. Humongous. I gotta fix that, but not too worried about it. Yeah, I think it'd be curious to see what the enemies would be like if they were to block as well. And maybe give them different attacks. That being said, we're gonna have to probably redo their animation when we give them a pelvis bone. So maybe, maybe I work on that. Because ultimately I am gonna have to work on that. Hello, Backor, how's it going? We also do need to slow down the sound effect based on the speed. Anyways, yeah, I guess our largest things to work on today is the health system and the enemy attacks, and then we need different enemy types. One of our things here is a flying enemy. To be honest, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I I have no idea how we're gonna do a flying enemy. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do a flying enemy. I've seen some hacky ways of doing it. Is like the flying enemy uses the navigation mesh to fly around. Sure. It's one way of going about it, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. And any type I want to put in is like an armored grunt who has like different attacks and he's like heavier. And a part of me was like thinking the way that you can actually deal damage to them is by chipping away their armor. By like actually attacking the specific spot where the armor is. Which I thought could be an interesting, cool idea. But then I thought, I feel like we need a stab attack. But then I was like, okay, how do we do a stab attack? Originally it was like you would scroll wheel up. But on controller, we don't have a scroll wheel up. So what would be the most intuitive way to do a stab attack? I don't know. What would be the most intuitive way to do a stab attack? Isn't there a game, correct me if I'm wrong, which game does this? Because I swear I remember hearing this. Depending on where you attack, so let's say the, like let's say, let me get the dummy in here. Is it Kingdom Come Deliverance where if you attack them by like looking, depending on where you're looking at, it'll do a different attack. So if I attack from here, it'll do like a left attack. If I do an attack here, it'll do a right attack. Is that Kingdom Come Deliverance that does that? Or is that Mordhau? I swear Mordhau does it differently with like the mouse direction shit. I gotta fix the up and down, dude. The up and down is fucked. I don't know if I like that though. Like, what would be a way to do a stab attack? One way that I think we could do something is you hold your block button and then go in for a stab. We also have our punch and kick buttons, so we could say like if you... But is that too complicated? Holding down a button and then clicking another button and that charges up that different attack? You know what I mean? Kingdom Come does that as well. I think, can't remember, haven't played it in a while. Yeah, I don't know. I think my initial idea for a sprint attack was if you hold sprint down and then left click, then it becomes a stab. But I feel like the thing is, I have a feeling players are going to want to do a stab anyways. You know what I mean? So I actually don't know how we'd want to do a stab. I could see the up attack being done by jumping. Maybe forward plus double click. I don't know if you'd want to do double click because that's usually for our light attacks. Yeah, that's a hard one. Like, it could always be like you charge the attack and then you hit like punch or something, and then it swaps it into like a stab attack instead. Or if you're holding it and then you hit F, it becomes an up slash. Is that intuitive though? Like, I guess the only way to know is if we just try it out. Well, the thing is, I'm sure any sort of combination of buttons is going to be there's probably going to be like a barrier of entry, right? No, light attack, if you do double, it does like 2 slashes. Well, that's just because of our current like input queue. Heavy is just holding. So that's holding, which I feel like is pretty intuitive. Blocking is holding right click. I feel like we could do an attack where it's like you hold your block and then go into an attack and then that does something. Or you... Like we could probably fuck around with that. No, I'm not on controller right now, but I am thinking about that, right? So it's something, like, I don't know, I'm still trying to like be proactive about it. Is the kick and punch directional? Basically, you can look up and kick the punch you're looking. Yeah, you can like kick the floor and stuff. I do think we could mess around with like if you hold attack and then hit the punch button or the kick button, maybe it like swaps it into like either if the line stretches, it would be a thing. Why not make it so the crosshair stretch? I thought about that. I don't know how intuitive that would be, where it's like it starts out as like a stab, and then depending on which direction you're like looking in, it does like a different attack. I thought about that. I just don't know if I want to do that, I guess. We could go down the path where we do like moving forward as a stab and then moving backward as like an up slash. We could do that. The problem I have with that is players are probably going to be doing a lot of forward movement. So I don't know. One of the ideas was sprinting and then attacking does a stab. Yeah, I don't know. An interesting design problem. I'll be hopping. Well, stab better implement as a dash attack, right? Like, I could see that working pretty well. I'm just thinking, like, what if a player is like right in front of an enemy and wants to do a stab without dashing into them? I don't know. Do we need a stab? What does that provide us? That's the fun part, is learning spacing. Right. It is definitely a design thing, is spacing. Definitely. Spacing is definitely part of it. Knowing what your, like, enemy's attack range is, and learning their attacks. Like, right now, the Grunt only has one attack, but maybe in the future we have different enemy types that are, like right now, this could be seen as, like, simple demon, but we could have a guy with fucking curled up horns and shit that does, like, different types of attacks. We could even do the Elden Ring thing and make it so sometimes they delay their attack. So you have to, like, wait until they actually swing to time your parry and stuff. Yes. Yes. Do I have on the to-do list that we need an attack queuing system? Okay, we do. We do. That is a problem right now. 2 enemies can technically attack at the same time, which is not very good. Not very good. Not very good. Yeah. Not great. What type of game is it going to be? Like a fantasy action roguelite is kind of the image right now. A little bit like Dishonored slash Dark Messiah kind of vibe. So that's kind of the picture. Yeah, that's kind of the idea at the moment. Stabs usually have a smaller hitbox than horizontal sweep, so it might not be very efficient. The idea that I'm thinking with stabs is that there's more of a, I guess, an accuracy to it. And we could always do some really fun stuff where certain enemies have, like, armor on the sides, but they don't have armor on the middle. For, like, for example, like a helmet, I guess. If we wanted to, like, fuck around with stuff like that in the future. But yeah, I don't know if we'll do that. We'll see. I do want to do, like, combos in the future. Right now, everything's running off of, like, 2 attack animations. Let me do something really quickly. Let's change the montage stop time for that. For a successful parry, and let's also change the block. And let me see what that looks like. Hello? Okay, really? Okay, really? Okay, that looks better. Kind of. Vertical upward slash should work as hold attack plus jump, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, no, that is something I've thought about, is holding attack and then jump would do like an up slash. I think that that makes sense for sure. And then the stab being like holding the button and then dashing in and attacking is also like, you know what I mean? Like, whoopla! You know, things like that I could definitely see working. Either way, if we make the stab animation now and the upward slash attack. I don't think it hurts to just get those animations out of the way, because either way, depending on when we execute it, will just be something after the fact. So I'd say, let's say fuck it, and let's maybe mess around with some stuff like that real quick. But is it necessary right now? Not really. But is it fun? Yes. Yes, I think so. Yes, I do think, yes. Is it necessary? No, no, it's not, no. But... see, I'm trying to like think, okay, is this necessary for the prototype? But then I'm like... it could be fun. You know, it could be fun. You know, could be fun. Maybe doing a up slash jump attack makes you jump higher. That was an idea I had, going somewhat hack and slashy with the upward slash, is that light enemies that aren't heavy, like I guess the spider and maybe like the basic grunt, could literally be launched up in the air, and then being able to do like attacks in the air could be really interesting. That's something I was thinking about. Like I was thinking of making it so if you're hovering and doing an attack, it like freezes your movement. I wonder how interesting that would be. It like resets your Z velocity. I don't know. I don't know. I thought that could be kind of fun. I don't know if that goes into the realm of Dark Messiah, but that doesn't matter. It's in the realm of that's fucking sick kind of realm. You know what I mean? You know, so that's something I like to think about. Okay, my guy's hands are a little bit fucked, probably because he currently has influence on the hand. Yeah, there we go. Usually limit how many you can hit in the air. I don't know. It's an idea. I don't know if I'd actually ended up going about doing it, but yeah. Is this game going to focus primarily on melee weapons, or can we expect magic? Most of the focus right now is melee weapons, but the funny thing about our character is that they're not necessarily a knight or a ranger or a magician. They're everything. So we have spells that we have. So right now these are just testing spells, and then we have a bow as well. So you are literally everything. Ideally, I think what would be really cool is, because it's a roguelite, it would be really sick to make it so the player can kind of choose what they want to focus on. When we put the rune tree in, which is kind of like our permanent perks kind of thing, and I think what it's going to be is like you get a certain amount of like skill points, I guess, that you can choose. And you can like easily just swap them out whenever you want to. I think it'd be really cool to allow the player to kind of choose what kind of playstyle they want to go for. If they want to go full on just focusing on spells or focus on melee attacks. But ideally, I think the focus is melee weapons for sure. Our focus is probably on the melee weapon for sure, definitely. Bro's lost in RuneScape? No, I'm thinking Rune Tree is in like very mythology, like runes. I'm not thinking of RuneScape, man. I'm not thinking of RuneScape. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the stab animation in a very basic form. Let's try to do like the stab in a really basic form, and then we can figure out the rest. So let's go ahead and grab the idle. Let's make a new animation. This is going to be called stab. Let's make sure we hit the shield button, or else Blender is going to magically delete all of my work. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that seems to happen for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I think the stab should be a relatively fast attack. So let's start with 50 frames. And then of course we can obviously change that as we go along. We're going to start with the start and end. And then let's get the poses going. If we are going in the direction that... we could always change the start time. Let me see the attacks. When do we usually start the attack? After the 10th frame. So we go into the anticipation and then swing in 10th frame. So let's try to follow that kind of methodology here. Methodology. Methodology. Okay, here's the thing that's going to suck. Our guy's arms are going to look fucked up because everything is attached to the right socket. And there's no real way for me to do this, at least the pose that I want to do, in a way that doesn't look like it's going to break our fucking wrist. I could go like an underhand stab, but I kind of want to do an overhead stab, like up here. This is kind of like the pose I want to do. What's with that wrist? Don't judge his wrist. Yeah, I don't know how we would... Let's see. Sword overhead stab. Sword overhead stab. Is it an overhead stab? Is that the word I'm looking for? Overhead? It'd be difficult to find some references for this. Ah, fuck it. We ballin'. We'll figure it out. Because typically we'd probably want our hand to be there as well. What if we do something like this? Okay. No, this is going to be awkward. I don't know how the other hand is going to play into this, because I do want this to be sort of two-handed. There's no... I don't think this pose is going to be... How does... Wait, hold on. I swear, like, Mordhau and Chivalry has... I swear they have an upper stab. What does that look like in first person? Maybe it just looks awkward. Oh yeah, that's a wrist breaker, brother. That's I think that's a wrist breaker. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's a wrist breaker. But I also think the right hand is kind of like, yeah. Lunging with a two-handed sword. I feel like it's going to be an underhand lunge. Lunging two-handed sword. Or maybe there's like a shit ton of upper body twist for this. It might just be that. There's just a shit ton of upper body twist for this. Hold on, hold on. Let me get the put the hand in the position. Put the hands in the positions. Will attack have a specific purpose? I think most of it is hitting weak points. And then possibly it would be cool that a stab attack launches an enemy farther back. I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be kind of cool, is if it launches them back. We could also do, could also be cool to do, what is this grip called, where you like grip right near the, right on like the blade? I don't know what that's called. I don't know if that would be, hey, look, it looks cool, I guess. Say fuck it. What's kicking for then? Kicking is a little bit more, I guess, risky in the sense that stab would be faster if you're sprinting. I think the thing is, this is going to be a nice like way to break up the monotony of like our slashes being very samey, and it kind of breaks things up a little bit. I think that's how I'm kind of picturing it a little bit here. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to do some really hacky shit and move the arm down. I'm also seeing that our arm is twisting again. I don't know how to... I don't know how to properly fix the strudel effect that we currently got here. I didn't see the Hypixel stuff though, or the Hytale stuff. What's going on? Oh, cool, man. Well, we'll see, man. I don't know. Sounds like he got a deal with Riot. Maybe he did. Only time will tell, I suppose. I guess the problem with a grip like this, I don't know how this pose has the hand in here. Like I have no idea how. Okay, let's just get the posing done. I also don't know what happened. It would appear that the... Let me copy this and then put it here. Paste the keyframe, and then let me get the arm here. I'm going to keyframe this to 0. Keyframe that to 1. For now, just so I can figure this out. And then get the stab in. Let me see, light attack. Basically, 13th frame, it's already attacked. So I guess for us, we'll do 13th frame as well. Okay. Okay. And then let's just do a little bit of this, a little bit of twist. Still don't know what's going on with the arm. I fucking hate this. How it turns into like a strudel. I don't care too much, but whatever. 5 push-ups. You guys just hate me, huh? Is this what this, is that what this is? Is that what this is? And then let's make sure we get back into our regular position. I don't know why we're doing a little bit of whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little bit weird. Whoop, whoop, with the arm there. But that's okay. I'm also seeing not enough like lunging action. Hold on. Let me do 5 push-ups as redeemed by the Twitch chat. Ugh. I'm gonna go further back. But I also want this to be further forward. Can we be a little crazy with this? And kind of move the body forward? Hey, I have an idea. Don't know if it's a good idea, but I have an idea. What if we move the entire body forward? Yeah. We'll fix all the other weird twisty stuff in a minute. My only problem is that there's not that much like distance for the stab going on right now. Damn it, arm, why can't you just be normal? Do I prefer Blender animations over UE? It's mostly just because I don't have, I don't know how to do animations in UE, so like, that's most of the reason as to why I just, because I just don't have the control rig set up or anything like that in there. So it's more so I just don't know how to do that yet. No, I don't think there's necessarily a performance reason. Okay, so I think the big thing is the return frames. Keeping some of that pose in there. And also the influence. Oh, okay. No, we copy pasted the influence frames. So what I want to do here in this end frame is I do want a little bit of like push. Don't ask me why it twists like that. I don't know why. I wish I knew the answer to this. How do I focus on this? Very interesting. Yeah. Got some gimbal rotation problems. Yeah, this looks a bit like a... This looks a little bit like a headache, I'm not gonna lie right now. Have I set rotation priority order on the controller? I don't know how to do that. How do we resolve this problem without adding more keyframes? Or do I just have to add more keyframes and just fix up? I don't think it's going to magically fix the problem by adding more keyframes. How do you fix this? I don't know what rotation priority order is. I don't know what that would mean. It is happening at the very start too. You know, I did notice. So I guess if we somehow fix this, then I guess we're good. But I'm unsure how to. It's almost like everything is just kind of backwards. I think no matter what we do, it gets fucky because the interpolation from one frame to the next is still gonna have to go through like the weirdest thing ever. So I genuinely don't really know how to fix this problem. I don't know what to do in this situation. Is there an easy fix to this? Like what, or is there like a straightforward fix? I don't know. Loot, thank you for the 100 biddies, by the way. Thank you. Solution, pay a professional later. Sonny, Sonny, I need your help, Sonny. I'm an idiot. I wonder if the only way of fixing this is to literally just keyframe the fixes myself. That sounds like chaotic though. Damn. Wait, how the hell are we gonna do this one? Oh, that kind of fixed it. We just have to fix our hand. You know, that's its own can of worms. Yeah, that looks good. Now we just gotta fix the hand. Okay. Wait, hold on. Wait, cooking. Cooking? Okay, but now why is the hand doing some weird stuff? Here, I have an idea. The thing is, we don't really want the hand to even be in the shot. So let's just move the hand down here into his pants. He's not doing anything with it, but you know. Pause? What do you mean pause? Pause what? We got work to do. Same thing we can do here. Although I wouldn't mind the hand staying in position for a little bit longer. Though we can kind of tell that. Oh man, though. I gotta say, one problem I have with all of this is wait, what happened? It randomly disconnected me from YouTube chat. Chat, hello? Chat, did the stream go out? Hello? Did my internet go out again? I think I need to call my internet service provider. What happened? I don't know if it cut out or not. Much of my stuff disconnected and then reconnected immediately. You know what I kind of wouldn't mind for the hand, though? I kind of wouldn't mind if it does end up on screen a little bit. Just to show that we're, like, directing the hand. towards the sword. There you go. Is everything connected to source version control yet? The project is connected to source control now. Yeah. I hard F'd. Nice. Nice. I think I gotta reset my modem or my router or something. Because I've been having so many issues as of late. Like deadlock, I'll have random ping issues and whatnot. It blows. Okay, we got some clipping. We got like a little bit of clipping going on. Not like insanely worried, but I kind of am worried. What if we fake it? Yeah. Is that psychotic? It's a singular keyframe. Is my audio out of sync? No, that's crazy. Wait. Test? Is it? Try refreshing. Dude, what the fuck, man? Internet service provider! I wouldn't mind it if the stab at the end had like a little bit of a shake. You know what I mean? It gives off the feeling that you've actually like had a bit of like an impact. Which location is that? That should be X. It's the Y. Wait, what? Why is the keyframe like locked there? Okay, I kind of like that. I kinda... What if we, made the stab go back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Would that look cool? How does Mordhau go about doing their stabs? Do they have it kind of go back? I'm curious. I kind of want to use it as a reference. Mordhau attacks. Right here. Oh, they just immediately go back into position. It looks kind of cool, but yeah, I could see myself not really liking that. You know, I don't mean to be a man of concern, but it would appear that our hand is kind of... Uh-oh. Doing some real goofy shit with the arms again. You know what I don't like? I think it's like... It's just how, like... How quickly everything returns back into state. Maybe that actually... I don't know why the arm is clipping again. It's really, really, really frustrating. I gotta like handhold this shit. Is this the correct way of doing things? I don't know. I just work here, man. All right, let's just export it. Export it. We ballin', okay? We ballin', whatever. Maybe this actually is supposed to be 60 frames. Maybe, as a matter of fact, we actually want this to be 60 frames. You know what? I just find it so weird how the hand goes out of position so quickly. Now I don't like that. I don't like how slow it is now. In 1.2 years, it'll be 10 years follow age. How the hell did you calculate that? And don't say by using your brain. You know what it is? Also, it's the slow, like, return to the sword. I don't, you know what? I don't know if I like, what do they have that they're posing, man? Hold on. Oh, they just return to the pose really quickly, actually. So maybe less frames rather than more frames. Maybe that's the trick. Okay, why is it that the hand is returning so quickly? Is there a curve I do not know of? Is there like a weird curve going on in here? How to make spaghetti? I don't know, just animate in Blender. You'll find the way. Oh, great. It's doing some weird rotation shit again. Ah! Oh, come on. Whatever. Hold on, I want a little bit of like curvy. I want this to be a bit more normal looking, but it's like so stiff looking. Yeah. It's gonna get blended anyways. Okay, let's export this because we're. How long has this been? Way too damn long. Way too damn long. Have I already thought about animating directly in UE? I've thought about it. I haven't set up any of the control rig or any of that stuff, and I don't really want to waste too much of the time leading up to the prototype playtest trying to figure that out. So, and I'm probably not going to do an insane amount of animating. I think, yeah. Even then, the fact that I'm doing the stab attack is kind of like probably like a waste of time as well. I could probably be focusing on something else, but it is what it is. So we'll do stab. AS sword stab, I suppose, will be the name of our thing. We're interested to get your opinion on animating in the engine. Yeah, we'll probably, after the prototype is out, I'll probably try to figure it out. I'm down to give it a gander. Oh, great, this bullshit. Okay. Even after trying to disable it in... Even trying to disable it in the config, it still is not doing what I want it to do, so... Alright, well, see if that looks good. The UE gizmo alone is a reason to not use UE for animating? Is it that bad? Yeah. I'm curious how easy it is to get that shit going. Because they have that whole like control rig generator thing, don't they? Look at the rotation gizmo and tell me it's not ass. What? I don't know. And it's listen. I know. It's annoying to use. I know. All of it's annoying to use. I know. I think I don't know how to use it in control rig. Like I'm sure I could probably if I go to modeling, will it show me there's a different gizmo here, I'm pretty sure. You saying, is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this gizmo? You talking about this one? I swear there's I remember seeing a tweet that you can actually change which gizmo is being used. There's like a different alternative gizmo that's like better. Could be worth looking into, Sunny, especially if you're going into a lot more UE animation stuff. All right, so the stab. How did we say we wanted to stab to play? Yeah, let me, hold on, let me see. Maybe I have it bookmarked. Let me see my bookmarks. I might have the gizmo thing bookmarked. But I don't know how much better it actually is. Let me see if I can find the post really quickly. I don't know. So far, I'm not finding it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if you search up like UE Gizmo setting or UE Gizmo command, you might find something useful. Yeah. Okay, so what did we decide for the stab? Is it going to be like when you're sprinting or dashing or whatever? It plays the stab. Do we do, if you hit the punch button, it becomes the stab? Do we do, I don't know. You're the decider. Well, you guys are here, so I don't know. I'm asking you guys too. Listen, I'm a streamer, not a asshole. Come on, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, what do you want from me? So let's go ahead and swap this with the stab. I do not have a sound effect for the stab. Oh, I do. Somewhere. The only thing I don't like about the stab is it kind of feels like there's not that much range. We could always make it so by stabbing, we increase the amount of range that you move forward. So like that could be like a movement trick or whatever. As well. Yeah. Okay. So how do we start the stab? I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna start this. Trying to think. Um. Where's my sprinting? .18. I don't really like that. Okay, but let's try that first then. Thing is, we don't really do anything with the attack combos anymore. Well, we ideally would like to, but I should have duplicated the heavy attack because I'm gonna need a loop. I'm gonna need the loop right here. It does look really silly though from a first person perspective, or like from a third person perspective, seeing how like there's not that much movement. So I'm curious, we might have to, in Blender though, it kind of looks like there's a lot more movement though, like a lot more movement. So we'll see if we end up adjusting this. It's possible we move the sword back a lot more. I really don't know how Mordhau did these animations, all the while making it work in third person. That's crazy. That's some mad respect, because my ass is over here doing some weird shit. Doing some really, really hacky, weird shit. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So we got a loop end and a loop start and loop end. Let's go ahead and get a loop start and loop end in here as well. So, new section, loop start, and then a new section right here, loop end. And then let's go to the thing here. Loop start is going to go to loop start. And it's going to loop right there. And then loop end will begin the attack. I'm thinking, nah, whatever. Let's just get it working first, and then we can adjust the animation. My ass is going to be over here thinking too much about this. I'm going to be thinking way too much about this. Okay, why is it I'm hitting the play button, and it's... what? Okay. Oh, now it's working. Yeah, okay. Video game stuff. My Unreal's being weird. Whatever. Sure, fine. Do your thing, Unreal. Be weird. I don't want to do forward because then the player, I have a strong feeling they're going to just constantly... They're going to just constantly just go for stabs, even though they might want to do like a swing. How do we begin the stab? And how do we work this into our hacky, shitty system here? Okay. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. This is not... not the best thing in the world. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's make a variable for this. Charge, current charge attack. Current charge attack. We're going to check a multitude of things. So this is our charge attack. Hold on, let me move all of this. This is getting a little, it's getting a little shit over here. Hold Montage playing heavy swing or heavy swing. Okay. We want to check if we're sprinting. If we're sprinting, for now we'll just use sprinting. If true, we'll do the stab. And then here, it's going to go on ahead and choose the charge attack. Okay. But our release key is shit. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. I actually don't know why any of this is... If the position is less than 0.4, our loop is literally at 0.4. So maybe we go ahead... Let's go ahead and move this a little bit further because all of our things are timing based, which is really not smart. Very not smart. Very not smart. This is very, this is the hackiest code I've done probably in a while. It's not very good, let me tell you. Let me tell you, it's not very good. Get play rate is less than 0.7. What we want to check if the montage is playing left. Let's instead check charge attack. Get the position. Made so much progress. Another day, another stream. We're making a little bit of progress. Let's just make another, let's make a tag. Let's make a tag. Let's not read off of which montage we currently have. Let's instead read from, let's read from tags, because this is, let's, okay, character dot, attack, let's do charging. Attack charging. Charging swing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then in here we'll add a tag. Attack charging swing. Okay. In here, we're going to remove the gameplay tag charging swing. Is this the way to do this? I don't know. Probably not, but fuck it. Whatever. We ballin'. If this plays, then that means that we've gone through and we no longer are charging the swing anymore. Okay. Okay. Now, instead... instead of reading from that, we can instead read from the current charge attack in the montage. This we can do this current charge attack. I don't think we need that anymore. Well, let's check if our code still works. What's funny is that we don't even need that tag anymore, but you know, like we're clearly not even using the tag. We're just using the variable, which is current charge attack. But that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, now we just need to make it so we're playing the right animation, which we are not. So when we're sprinting, it's supposed to set the charge attack to the stab. It's not setting it to the stab. Been learning UE recently. You see stuff that I'm thinking you could put into a blueprint function library, like the HUD or health. Is it just preference, not make things complicated? Put into a blueprint function library. Yeah, there's a ton of things that we could be doing here. You know what I mean? But I don't think the HUD necessarily needs to be in a function library. Like we could put this into an interface, right, to get the HUD. It probably will when we start doing a lot of gameplay ability system stuff, because we're going to want to read from the HUD and probably send information to it. Right, there's a lot of things that you could potentially put into an interface, not necessarily a function library. You probably could do a function. Well, I don't think a function library would actually fit stuff here necessarily. A function library, I would say, are more things like check for surface could be something that could be done in a function library. We read from our active location and we do a trace hit. Like this could be a function library, because then we might use this in other places, not just our player character, but maybe enemies, for example. But yeah. My main concern now, though, is sprinting not the correct value? Oh, I know. Yeah. When we're attacking, we stop the sprint, which is not actually very beneficial for us. But let's see how it looks. Okay, so one problem I have now is when we hit release on the charge attack, it's like going really fast. Oh, it's because it's setting the position to 0.46. And I'm pretty sure in our case, 0.46, we've already like finished most of the attack. And the play rate's 1.2. We almost need to create a better system for this. Still learning, so just curious on how everything should be probably set up so I don't have bad blueprint practice. I would say you'll just learn with time by just reading your code and then determining, hey, this doesn't look like something that's good. And then kind of going from there. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm doing in here are not very good. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things in here that I'm not doing, like, in the best way possible at all. Mainly because of the purposes of, I don't want to create, like, a full system, but I probably will have to, just to handle these attacks. Because there's certain things being done here. that are super specific. Also, I want to change this, the amount of stamina that it takes. I might extend this animation just for the purposes of getting it to work with the heavy strike system. So right now our stab is set at frame 10 is when we start the attack. When is the heavy swing? When does that start? Like frame 14. Balls. Explanation on surface touch as an example of the library definitely helps me understand its use a bit better. Yeah, I would say if it's like a function that you feel like it's going to be multi-purpose, might find yourself putting it in different places, right? That would be something where that could be good in a function library. Whereas versus a function that you might just put in one asset actor, where it might be hyper specific to that actor. For what you were thinking with the HUD and stuff, that would be a good example for a blueprint interface, right? Because then what you could do is just implement the blueprint interface here on our character. What I could in theory do is be like, hey, get player character and then get HUD on character or whatever. And then that way I don't have to like get a direct reference to our character. But the thing is, like, casting to the player character, in my opinion, is not like that bad. It's not great, obviously, but it's not horrible because we know that the character is always going to be loaded anyways, to an extent. There are moments where maybe it depends on the game, right? There might be moments where maybe you don't have a player character, but you do have a HUD. So you know what I mean? Like that. But in our case, we always have a player character, so it's like whatever. Okay, so now that I extended this a bit, the positioning should be fine, so I don't have to redo my code. Redo my awful, shitty, poopy code. So let's go into our actual animation. So now frame 10 is when we swing. Once I re-import this, it should now be frame somewhere around here is going to be when the actual swing is going to go through. Which is a lot better for us. Well, which also means our loop start and loop end. And kind of put it in a different spot. Can I select both of these? No, I guess I'll go fuck myself. I guess I'll just not. Yeah. Whereas me a bit is using cast to player too much and it starts to hinder the performance. I see what you're saying. I think if it's only happening periodically and not like on tick, for example, I think it's fine. But you could also, you know, save it to a variable or whatever. And that's also fine. I think the biggest issue is more so memory. But I don't know if that actually hinders you that much because your player character, as far as I know, is always in memory. But again, depends on a ton of different variables. Like, is it multiplayer? You know what I mean? If you're learning Blueprint, though, probably best not to do multiplayer. As that is one recommendation I can give. Yeah, multiplayer will fuck you up. Yep. Ooh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's fun. It kind of sucks that it's only when you can sprint. God, it would be so sick if we could do that. Also, there is one problem. Sprinting is not actually associated to the player character until after 0.18 seconds, and 0.18 seconds is a lot of time. In the game development world, 0.18 seconds is a lot of motherfucking time. So when you hit shift and you immediately try to attack, it's actually not going to register it because we only set the sprint state later on. Ah! So, balls. Do I have a variable that checks if we're currently dashing right now? No? Dashing. Dashing through the snow. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'm getting in the... Oh, no. I'm getting in the holiday spirit. I'm getting in the holiday spirit. My partner actually already put up the tree. She bought she bought like a Danish star that like lights up and shit. It's actually really pretty. It's actually really pretty. It's actually very pretty. It's very pretty. I do say. It's extremely pretty. Yes. All I want for Christmas is you. Yes, all I want for Christmas is to release a friend slop game that becomes super popular and then I can retire early. That would be so pog. Can you imagine? Can you imagine releasing a friend slop game that becomes extremely popular and then you can just retire? That's fucking awesome. Did I see the tweet from Gorka Games? No, what's the tweet? Do I want to see it? First question, do I want to see it? Do I want to see it? What's the tweet? Solo devs, stop building AAA open worlds. You're choosing hard mode and killing your chances in 2025. Here's the faster path to a game people actually play and share. friend slop. This reads like when did Steam Page Mans release his thing? When did he release his current how do I look at my liked tweets? Likes. Wait. Where is it? Where's the liked tweet? The one that talks about the friend slot. Marketing. Game dev marketing. Fuck, what's the damn thing? When did he make that? I swear I read that post. I read that article. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Am I going fucking crazy right now? Wait, maybe I didn't read it on my PC. Maybe I read it on... maybe I read it on my phone. I think I did read it on my phone. Chris Zukowski? Chris... What the hell's his name? Chris Marketing Mans. What's his name? Chris Marketing Mans. Chris Steam Marketing. Chris Steam Marketing. Yes, here it is. Blog. Yes. He posted this on November 4th. Oh, okay. This came after this post of Friend Slop. This came before. Chris Zucchini. He's got him. I don't know if you need to start with this. Why listen to me? I've got games that were played by the biggest people. God, that's... Ugh, God. What's next? You selling a course at the bottom here? I do one-on-one strategy calls. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ugh. Ugh. By the way, you should build whatever the fuck you want to build. Just do that. But if you want to sell a game, you know, obviously do market research, do various other things, you know. You want to make a business out of it. For me, I want to make a friend slap game because I feel like it's a good, like, it's a good time to probably make that. But additionally, it seems really fun. And C, I learn multiplayer. It's a good way to learn multiplayer, I feel like, in a space. Yeah. I don't know. You guys know how the saying goes. What's the saying? If you can't in a gold mine, sell shovels. Is that the saying? In a gold mine, sell shovels. Right? That's what this is. In a gold rush, sell shovels. Yeah, this is literally what this is. I would not go to Gorka Games for personally for any one-on-one strategy calls. Being associated with just YouTubers, I don't think is enough to prove that you are a good source for strategy. I'm sure they do great tutorial videos. I'm sure I watched maybe one or two of them, but no, not good. I wouldn't even, don't even fucking call me for strategies. I don't fucking know. I've only released one game that did somewhat okay in the space. You know what I mean? Chase trends. Yeah, that's fucking, yeah, thanks for the fucking golden knowledge. Gorka should just stick to tutorials. I'm gonna say this, and I shouldn't, because I'm an asshole, and as you guys know, I'm just an asshole, and I just fucking hate a lot of the game dev space and YouTube space. A lot of these game dev YouTubers have actually discovered that they're actually not very good at selling games, so instead they try to teach other people how to sell games, and so that's what they're revolving a lot of their knowledge around. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes when you can't do the thing, sometimes you're better at teaching how to do the thing. And you don't necessarily have to do the thing to be able to teach the thing, right? You know what I mean? But I also don't think, if you have not been associated with very successful games that have sold a lot of copies, etc., I don't really think you can give strategy calls personally. I think that's a little different. I think you could teach people how to create games, but teaching them how to sell games is a whole different ballpark, in my opinion. You know? Yeah. I don't know. There's a bit more nuance to that one, personally. And I don't say that. Starts puking all over the table. I don't say that to bash Gorka. There's a lot of people in the game dev YouTube space that do this shit, and it's fucking cringe. But that being said, maybe it's cringe to me because I even say, do not look at what I'm doing as a good rule of thumb for good code or whatnot, right? Like, I'm not trying to show people what the best way of coding is. I'm kind of trying to do like a prototype, and it's not the cleanest code at all by any means, by any stretch of whoa. There's way better ways of doing what I'm doing right now. It's slightly improved though, but not great. Okay, so now when I dash immediately, I should be able to go into a stab attack. Oh, it's just Did my internet F again a little bit? For some reason I like got disconnected from my YouTube chat. I don't know what's going on with my internet. Chat? Am I okay? I think I am. Yeah, after this I'm resetting my modem. Did the YouTube stream cut out for a bit? Man, what is going on? I am noticing an issue where our attack is not going through. If I let go before the thing ends, we get stuck here. We're chatting in Twitch chat, but you don't see it, I think? Wait, what? Really? Wait, really? Wait. You're lying. This is what my chat looks like. Is this correct? Am I missing some messages in here? No, it's not correct. Oh my god, I look at the amount of messages I missed. Oh my god, there's so many messages. When I see one of those game dev YouTubers do really big push to release a game they made and they're just beyond flops, and I'm like, oop. I don't know. I don't want to wish failure on anybody, but Gorka killed the stream. Gorka got him. Yeah. My ISP's gone. It's cringe to me because well, yeah. Oh my god. That shit was so behind. Oh my god. Even my stream manager dashboard was super behind. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's horrible. Are we okay now? You know what's really funny is my OBS isn't actually showing any dropped frames. It's just like micro exploding, I guess. Yeah, releasing the button does not continue the attack. Is it because... Where does the loop start and end for the heavy swing begin? 0.45. And then for the stab attack, where is it? 0.44. Wow, that's really... that's really, it's really specific. But I guess we'll just put it right there. Okay. All right, let's see if that fixes anything. I don't know. Are we back though? Chat, are we back? I don't know, are we back? How are you doing, Calix? How's it going? Today's a rough day. Today's a rough day. I don't know what's going on. I need to reset my modem. Maybe I need to call my ISP and be like, hey, you fucks. My internet keeps coming out. I mean, going out, not coming out. Although I'm all for supporting if it does, but what the fuck is going on? Am I missing in the heavy swing that I'm supposed to have here? Is there something in my code that somehow... I don't actually know how... how it's doing the release on the stab. Get position is less than 0.4. Light swing attack. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Righty-o. I don't know. Righty-o, don't know. Heavy swing has a play rate of 1.2. The stab has a play rate of 1. Is that changing the positioning times? I don't know. Let's see. 1.2. For some reason, if I let go of the stab, it does not continue the stab. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what. Less than 0.4. Is there a period of time where if you hold the strong attack, it like breaks? I... On release. Let me, hold on. Oh. It's trying to do the light swing, and it can't do it. It has tag, character, attack, charging swing. That should work, I think. I believe so. I believe so. Now I'm like constantly checking if my internet exploded. It's just fucking ass, man. What the hell, dude? I pay all this money for what? And for what? Okay, let's see if it works. I don't know why the attack is so fast. I don't know why the attack is so fast. Why is the attack so fast? Is it because it's set to 1.2? I think it is because it's set to like a really fast speed. What if I set it to 1? Have I seen the Mortal Sin release? It looks cool. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's my thing though. Just like the visuals are like just kind of like harassing my fucking eyeballs. They just like really like harassing my fucking eyeballs, and not in a good way. Not that I don't think there is a good way of harassing my eyeballs, but I was watching a stream of it a little bit. It looks cool. Yeah, it looks interesting. Yeah. Okay, so 1.2 is the problem. The fucking stab speed is too damn fast. It's too damn fast. What I could do, I don't know if I need. I think I do need C++ for that. We could associate some metadata. On this. I don't know if we need to do that in C++ though. Metadata. And a metadata. Let me check. We have test. And then we have test here, compile, save. Holy shit, you don't need to. I swear in oh, you guys don't see it. Ah, whatever. In Suit for Hire, we had to do this in C++, but I guess now they expose this into Blueprint. So we'll do anim metadata. We'll do attack anim metadata. And then in this float, we'll call this attack release rate. And the default will be like 1.2. And then when we go in the stab, we now have that metadata there. So what we could do for the stab is we'll do 1.0 speed. And then for the heavy swings, we'll go ahead and associate the regular default, which is 1.2. And then what we can do, which is super sick, is we can go here. We can read from our charge attack. Right? We can get metadata. Metadata? I guess this is the way it is. Find a metadata by class. I swear there's another way of doing metadata, but I don't know. Maybe that's the way it's always been done. I swear there was like a get metadata. Well, hey, I won't complain. If it works, it works. I suppose. And then we're going to want to read anim metadata object returns the first metadata of the specific. Oh shit, it doesn't return the actual value. We have to cast to it. I think the C++ version that I had made it so I did not have to cast to it. I don't remember. Let me see. UE4 anim montage metadata. Ah, yeah. I did use C++ for it. Yeah, I probably created a blueprint function library, and then I did it this way, I think. But from what I can tell, this is just casting. This is just casting, but in C++, right? I believe. I believe. I think so, I believe. This looks like a pointer cast or whatever, right? Or a cast. Kind of cast, sort of cast. Upgrades and spells seemed sick. Hell yeah. Found a PvE only extraction shooter yesterday. I'm very interested in it. It's called Incursion Red River. I feel like I've heard of that one for a little while now. Let's see if this is gonna work. Oh yeah. Oh no. It's like kind of working and then not. The speed feels weird. It feels really fun to use, though. The stab feels really, really fun to use. I don't know why. But I guess if you dash while you're doing the thing. Do you see that? I don't really know what is going on there. Let me debug real quick. Let's try watching this value. I'm getting no debug value from... Okay, so let's go ahead and do a print string real quick. I want to see what this value gives us in terms of the play rate. 1. 1. 0.85. Okay, makes sense. .85. What the hell is going on? What the hell? Wait, what? .85. Is it when we run out of stamina that happens? No. It just instantly ends the animation. Now I know the position is being set to 0.46. But like that's not... Some fuckery is afoot. Something weird is going on. And I don't know what it is, but it's weird. It's real weird. Is it because we're aiming downwards? Maybe when we aim downwards, it's like... No, what? No, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. It is of very confused. It very confused me. Don't know. I don't know. I am confused. I don't know. It's giving us the proper number. It's just doing some weird shit. It's doing some very weird shit. Eh? That time it didn't even play the animation. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did it have something to do with not moving when doing the move? Mm, no. Could it be that it's holding... Could it be holding the attack for too long? Um... Um... Get play rate less than 0.7. I don't understand. Well, okay, so here's the weird thing. The heavy swing is set to a rate scale of 1.2. Okay. The stab is set to a rate scale of 1. So what if we set the rate scale of this to 1.2? Now it's like consistently fucked. What if I set the rate scale of this to 0.8? I don't understand what the hell is going on. I'm gonna be honest, I think this shit doesn't make any sense. It 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 don't make any sense to me. Sword swing. Is the sword swing doing something in here? Are you changing? Are you doing anything? Are you doing something stupid? Mm-hmm. Nope. Nothing. Yep. Yep. What if we change the attack release rate to 0.8? What happens? I think the project is haunted. I think we restart. That's my final it's my we restart. We restart the engine really quickly. Yeah. New position 0.46. What if it's... Like, is this... Is montage set position? I wish it had a description. Is this set position with the scale of the play rate? Dude, I don't know. I wonder if, hold on, let's... I literally don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Someone call help. Because this shit is haunted. This shit's haunted. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's haunted. Something has haunted this thing. Is it possible there's something else setting the montage play rate? Let's find out. Reset anim dilation. But that's set to a play rate of 1. Set the montage play rate for duration. Could be this. Could be that. Could be this. Let's find references of this. Let me have this open. I don't see it getting called. I don't know what's going on. Let's rerun the project. I don't know. I don't know. I literally don't know. I really wish I knew, but I do not know why it is suddenly speeding up without my permission. I don't know why. It's still happening. Oh, hey, we're in suddenly we're in light map density mode. I don't even know how. Alt O. Apparently I clicked Alt O. Alt 0. I fat fingered Alt 0 apparently. So the attack anim metadata is set to 1.0 for the release. What? What if I do 0.8? Was it working when we did 0.8? I don't remember. It suddenly is not working anymore. And I don't know why. What is going on? What the hell is going on? Mm-mm. All right. I don't know. Everything else works fine. It's just for some reason the stab hates me. I do see a select here for the heavy attack. Or the starting position here. But that shouldn't have an impact on any of this. I don't know. I don't know. What if we just take that out and just set that to 1? Is it the new position? If I do this, we're not going to be able to strong attack anymore. So that breaks. Interesting. Okay, good-ish, kind of, not really. Something different in the actual Animontage? It has to be something in the Animontage, and I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. This is all the same. The metadata is different. That's about it. The blend out time and the blend in time, is that causing a problem? Do we have any curves in here? No. Does the heavy swing have any curves? Does the actual animation have any curves? No. There's a different number of sampled keys. That's about as far as I know. Is there anything different in terms of the import settings? No, they're the same. Okay, how about the import settings? They're the same. What the fuck is going on? There's a heap. How's it going? You know, I wish I knew. I don't. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what is causing our thing to play in a really weird way. If I release the attack at a specific time, then it works fine. If I release the attack at a different point, then it plays really fast. Like right there. If I hold it too long. I don't know. What if I cut this? Will it still somehow release? Okay, no, so it needs that code, which is, you know, obvious, so that's how I designed it. But for some reason... What if maybe the current charge attack is somehow being set to a different value? We only have one setter. It's right here. Let me see if watching the value is going to give me anything useful. Hold on, I gotta select the debug object. No debug data. Very good, very good. If you hold it for too long, it breaks. If you hold it for too if you hold it for too long, it breaks. It's still happening. If you hold it for too, the longer you hold it, the more it's broken. Oh my god, we found a UE5 bug. If your montage sections are too close to each other, it causes somehow the rate scale to like multiply. If the sections are too close together, it causes it to speed the fuck up. Well, I guess today I learned again. What's kind of cool is you can do a low stab technically with our animation system, and a high stab. Okay, cool. I don't know if I like it, so it activates when you do a dash, though. But it's a cool. I like the fact that there's a different variant. I look closely and realize both of you are basic white boys. Hello, Krem. I'm sorry if that was mean. Why do you enter my stream and become racist? Basic white boys. I don't know how society has said, hey, you know, it's okay to say these things, but then when you say it about any other person of any other ethnicity, it's like not okay. You have that effect on people? What the hell does that even mean? Huh? You're saying my effect is that I make people racist? What do you think this is? Asmongold? Yeah? Wow, that's just... Chat, what the hell, man? I would gift me a sub? Well, that's you, but, you know, I don't know. Oh. We are stuck in stab mode. Why are we stuck in stab mode? It has dashing set to true still. Okay. So that means that the dash timeline, it stopped and did not remove the tag. I think it stopped right here. And then that's how it happened. This is going backwards. I can't. Wait, hold on. Put this here. I think that's what happened. Okay, let's see. Oh, interesting. If you sprint into a wall, you don't sprint. Or if you dash into a wall, you don't sprint. Actually, I think... less rage baiting and more game dev? I don't know if I'd call that rage bait. I just call it saying something stupid, but you know. No, the weather outside is frightful. Ah! Alright, dude, the stab is sick. I wish we could use it more. You know what I mean? Having to dash to use it. Now, while it is strategic, it'd be cool if we could use it more. I also think set that to 1. Set the rate scale to 1.2. We're going to do a similar thing as a strong attack, so then that way you can like quickly get into the stab a lot faster. We're so powerful. Get some more enemies in here. 3 enemies. Now, we did also say it'd be really cool that when you release the attack, you launch a lot farther forward. I'm gonna be honest. I know where that's happening. No, hold on, never mind. I know my code. I know my code. I know where it's happening. I know my code. Oh, here it is. Wait. Guys, I don't know my code. I literally do not know how we're being launched. Hey, guys, I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm not stupid. I'm fucking awesome, and I know exactly what's going on here. Okay, so we need to set the strength to 1. Parry looks cool. Any chambering? You mean like deflecting? Like swinging on into an attack? Or what do you mean by chambering? Boyo. He should technically attack right after. Yeah, there you just didn't play the sound effect. I don't know why. I think you can technically stab multiple enemies. Yes. Probably not intended, but yeah. You can see inside the arms when swinging. Yeah, we know. We know. Don't worry. It happens. Chamber, like Morinhow, I don't know how to explain it, using attackers' move momentum to slide it back. I guess, like, I don't know, I don't have any parry, like, animations or anything like that yet. Like, one thing I want to do is make it so if you attack an enemy while they're attacking, like, it deflects both of their attacks. And I think in terms of sword speak, apparently that is chambering, but... Can I actually, if there's an enemy and then another enemy right behind them. It's where you show you're going to swing one way, but you're chambering to swing the opposite way. Oh. Like a fake, I guess? I don't know. Oh shit, there he goes. It'll ruin the illusion when the player finds out they're just a floating pair of arms and occasionally feet. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't think the player's gonna find anything weird about this at all. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know if we need, like, chambering. Unless, like, when we do the dueling stuff, which we're going to be working on at some point. Like, I want him to attack a lot sooner. I swear I thought I put it in the system to do the thing that he's... to do that. Reset attack cooldown on hit. Where's their state tree? Did I, like, reduce their attack cooldown? No, it's 7 seconds. Is aggressive true? Oh, you know what? When we parry them, I don't know if they have attack prior... they should. Or maybe I changed that. Successful parry. Oh yeah, I removed all of that. Oh, maybe they're not able to because they were parried. And I'm always timing it too perfectly. Let me try a block. Hit me! So, parrying them does not allow them to immediately attack again. How does the player look from the editor cam while wall running? I have no idea, but it probably looks really stupid. I think it'd be interesting making it so the enemies can block attacks. Yeah. Chambering? Yeah, I don't know. What part here is chambering? I don't know. Which part of it is chambering? What part of it is the chambering part? Oh, you can technically drag attacks. Like, you can start an attack sooner, like right early, and then you can also like drag it. But the thing is, the attack kind of freezes a little bit in place. For a period of time, it'll freeze. There's like a little bit of a camera lag to simulate like the attack. Chambering is when the swords grind. Oh, no, we don't have any of that yet. I think that would be cool, though. I think that'd be cool. I don't know why they don't. Also, sometimes my attack... You see that? Sometimes my attack goes through them. I don't know why. But, yeah, the stab is cool. I wish we could do it more often. Yeah, we'll have sword enemies blocking, I think, in the future. I think that'd be sick. I think it'd be really cool having back and forth kind of gameplay. I don't know if these specific variants would block. But, yeah, I think it could be really cool. It's almost like you're having a PvP duel with... like a... with a monster, right? With a PvE mob. I think that could be kind of cool. Anyways, 4-hour stream. Lots of weird internet issues, which is cringe. But what happens if you surround yourself with 20 of them? Do they break? When you have more enemies, let's say 6, 12, 18 of them. Only 3 of them are going to be aggressive. And they'll like swap who's being aggressive or whatnot. Although they are swapping a lot more often than they should be. And another thing is that we don't have an attack queue. So if an enemy wants to attack, they're gonna go in without like requesting. And we're gonna change that. So you can see all of them are like attacking at once. But there are some improvements that we can make here. Right here. There we go. So then that way they don't get aggroed as often. How did I miss him? Randomly shot that guy. It was an accident, I'm sorry. They are kind of like, when there's this many monsters though, they are kind of clumping up a lot. Not very good. Fireball. We also got to change the amount of damage that a strong attack deals, or a light attack. I don't know which one we're going to choose yet. So, we still got some work to do. But we're getting there. Feels like Vermintide? Yeah, you could say maybe some elements of it. I think a Bing Bong. Yeah, anyways. Cool. Yeah, cool. The stab feels fun. Stab feels very fun. Yeah. Can you punch and kick? You can, yeah. So we got a stab attack in. What else did we do today? I think the stab attack took most of our time just because of animating it. I think off stream I'm going to try to get the new health system in and kind of go from there. Anyways, thanks for dropping by, everybody. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream, Thursday. Yeah, first prototype playtest on the 21st. I'll probably just go to the Discord, ask a bunch of people to try it out, and then there'll be like a Google form to like, you know, put in your feedback, whatever you thought about it and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. When I approach making a new game, what do I start with in my list? Probably core stuff, like interaction system, anything that I might need that's like really integral to the game is going to be like the first few steps probably. That'll probably be like the first few things I think I'd say. Yeah. Can we trauma dump in the Google Doc? Depends if it has any correlation to the game. Yeah. I'm making my own right now, but I'm struggling to decide on the base list. Focus on like what are the core mechanics of the game? What is the core of the game? And then kind of just go from there. Start with like the main things like item system, and then kind of go down the list of like what kind of things you're probably going to need. If you need enemies, put enemy on the list, you know, and then kind of go from there. Just don't want to overscope. Listen, man, you got to make the game. If we don't want to overscope, the best scope is having no scope at all and just don't even do the fucking thing. You know what I mean? So you just work on it and then you figure it out over there and you cut scope wherever and then there you go. Make the list and then cut the list if you don't need it anymore. Yeah. Anyways. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. I'm going to restart my internet later, I think. Because I don't know what's going on. Fix my webcam. There's nothing to fix. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Goodbye.